Well, hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Super Soccer League action here on DMV Sports Media, live on YouTube. I am Noah Walker with you from Guilford Park up here in Jessup, Maryland, which will be the hosts to your Bowleys Athletic and your Das Bierhalle here in the final matchup of the Division I season for Maryland Super Soccer League. Both these sides vying for playoff contention, vying for a playoff spot. Whole bunch of scenarios based on who gets the win, if points are shared, etc., etc. But we'll unpack all of that in just a moment. For now, let us know where you're tuned in from. Are you a Bowleys fan, a Bierhalle supporter, or possibly just tuning in, or maybe you have a vested interest from another team? I know Baltimore City FC, Team United, of course, several other contenders in the mix. Very much eagerly watching the outcome of this match to see how the end of the season will shape up in terms of playoff positioning. This season, 6 sides will make the playoff appearance, and so be a different style compared to the 4-team playoff appearance. The top 2, of course, will have a playoff buys through the quarterfinals, right into the semifinals. 3rd plays the 6th seed, the 4th plays the 5th. And that will all start this Sunday live on DMV Sports Media in the Super Soccer League. Let us know your score predictions on the match. Are you here supporting Bowleys, Bierhalle? If you can guess the score correct, we'll make sure you get your Chipotle. Of course, predictions have to be made before opening kickoff, which is bearing down on us, so get any score predictions in now while you can. Bowleys Athletic will play left to right, wearing their gray kits with blue trim, and of course, Bierhalle will play right to left, or potentially not. It will be Beer playing left to right, wearing their yellow tops, black bottoms. Bowleys will play right to left, wearing their gray and blue trim. Christian Petreta, CJ says 6-1 Das. Getting the prediction in. Das Bierhalle coming out in a strong way. I don't know if I've seen this many players for Das Bierhalle during any match of the regular season. Perhaps the midweek fixture is to their benefit. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players on the bench, along with Coach Lee Scarzaletta, along with the 11 starters. Connor Melville will start in goal for the Bierhalle, whereas for Bowleys, it of course will be Austin Hyde in front of Melville. For Bierhalle, Bryce Vanek, Brandon Holy, Brad McKim, Ben Salinger, Goodman, Andrew Jacobs, Eric Breach, George Richard, Ian Wayman, Jordan Dove, Mason Kelly, Sean Scarzaletta, and Thunwin Garcia will feature prominently today. In front of Austin Hyde for Bowleys Athletic, it will be Alex Floyd, Brandon Tejedor, Cesar Fuentes, Chris Yoakum, Daniel Adams, Emmanuel Gordillo, Greg Adams, Jermaine Davids, Justin Harrell, Nathan Kreider, Nathan Ramsden, Noah Pentila, Michael Carter, Marvin Kuba, Steve Copeland, Trevor Zinkland, and we are underway. Bowleys starting off on the ball on the right side of your screen. We'll smash one over to the far side. It's Ramsden. There's a slight rain developing here in Jessup, Maryland. This one goes all the way back to Hyde, who will send it away first time. Bouncing ball picked up initially by the Bierhalle midfield, and now Copeland will start play from the back. Plenty of space on the pitch for these sides to work into. It's a beautiful wide pitch here at Guilford Park. All of the 70 yards of width for these teams to find action. This is sent towards the corner. Running out of real estate is Adams. And it looks like it will be a goal kick for the benefit of Das Bierhalle and Connor Mulville. Mulville's ball sent up the pitch, but can't connect. Just a little errant, a little bit of a sliced ball, and will be a throw now for Bowleys on the far touchline. This one sent forward. Plenty of time on the near side for Tejedor. Now back to Copeland. Bierhalle hold firm in their shape. Goodman rides this one out with a strong challenge, and now Bierhalle looking to capitalize on a forward ball. Sent up top by McKim and well marshaled back by Ramsden all the way to the safe arms of Austin Hyde, who will find space on the near side. This one sent back for the Bowleys midfield to get some space and kind of catch their way into the match. It's a Tuesday night match. A little bit different from playing on a Sunday. You're coming from the office. You may not be fully awake. We're alert for action, and we'll see how these sides wake up into the game. This is sent up top. There isn't a foul in the mix. Strong challenge from Nico. This is marched up field. A final ball bounces to a favorable area for Bowleys, but it's well marshaled over the end line by Andrew Jacobs. And a goal kick to follow for Bowleys Athletic. Welcome to everyone tuned in here on DMV Sports Media, live from Maryland during the midweek for a change. We got a doubleheader here tonight from Maryland. We also have in Division II Hybrid Athletic and Varsity playing in a crucial late season match for Division II. Both sides eagerly hoping to find a spot in the playoffs for Division II to earn one of the coveted promotion spots. Tune in to that match live on DMV Sports Media, but for now, it is Das Bierhalle Bowleys. This is McKim striding upfield. No connection to be found on the end of this counterattack. And now Yoakum will send it through the midfield. Return pass is a good one. Here comes Yoakum. Out to Texiador. Now Adams. Bowleys poking, prodding at this Bierhalle back line, trying to find some space. They may have found it here. It's really well shielded by Ben Goodman and has won a goal kick for his side. Mulville looking to find some distance with this kick. We'll send everyone long, and it's a booming kick across midfield. Right down to the feet of Goodman by Jacobs. Second ball is favorable for Bowleys. This is Greg Adams looking to thread the needle out wide. Is there a service from the Bowleys? First ball cut back in, well saved by Connor Melville. Did really well to hang on in traffic, but no rest for the wicked. We're right back underway. As Bowleys contested, Yoakum will send it out. Linear touchline for a throw. Copeland first to it, touches it down in the midfield, and it's been lion's share of possession thus far for Bowleys. Here's Texiador. Again, scooped up well by Connor Mulville in traffic. What can McKim find? This is a good run. by Waymond, but final pass cut out. It looks like Ben Goodman is the intended target on a lot of these Bierhalle counterattacks. Bowleys have accounted really well for Goodman. I've kind of blanketed that option. We'll see how Bierhalle adjusts as the match lapses onwards. This is sent all the way back to Hyde. We'll scan the field before electing to play from the back. Again, back to Hyde. This time Hyde will go for the long option. It's a booming ball across the midfield. Settled down well by Jacobs, but the second ball finds a Bowleys man. It's turned by Adams. Now Brendan Texiador working against the back line. Finally sent away. Combination of Holy and colleagues. There's Goodman looking inside. Scarzaletta will bounce it right back. Back over to Kelly on the near side. Randy Kelly looking inside, skips one man. The second pass, well, read at the back by Copeland. Now Copeland working alongside Ramsden and Hyde. Sides feeling each other out. It's definitely been a match that Bowleys have had the lion's share of possession. Haven't found any really clear-cut chances to stretch Connor Mulville, although Mulville has had to make a couple of strong saves in traffic. He did well to hold on to the ball. There's another searching ball over the top. Demands action, and Jacobs able to find that action and connect with Ben Goodman on the line. Ball sent to the far side as Bierhalle trying to find some real estate to work into. Breach will go all the way back. And Bierhalle find their own space in the field to work into. Garcia back to Kelly, now up to McKim. McKim trying to find the final pass in to cause issues. Jordan Dove finds a second attempt. Here comes McKim, slaloming run and good save from Austin Hyde from point blank range. And there's the best chance we've seen today for Das Bierhalle. An early distribution from Hyde up to the feet of Brendan Texiador. Here comes Texiador working against Jacobs. Can he get it across? Angle always against Texiador, but had to go. Let's take a look at this chance down the other end from Das Bierhalle. Really strong opportunity, but Hyde stayed tall well and able to make the save from point blank range. Now it is a goal kick for Das Bierhalle here in the 10th minute. Breach will send it in to Scarzaletta. Mason Kelly down the line. Has Dove. Well controlled, and now back to Kelly once again. Bowleys looking for space in the corner. It's an early distribution to Adams. Cuts it back. Beautiful dummy. It's cleared off the line by Scarzaletta. And this will be a throw on the near side. What a save from Sean Scarzaletta to deter what could have been the opening goal. It was Michael Carter who left it for Zach Lambert. And the final effort did look destined for that backside into that far net, but Scarzaletta able to intervene. Rain is coming down now out there on the pitch. We'll see how that affects both these sides. For now, it's a set piece for the benefit of Bowleys in a central area. Take a look back at the replay. Welcome, Joe Stevens. Welcome, Madeline Chapman. Joe Stevens says, who you got for MSSL champions? So the champions of SSL Maryland Division I, I'm going to make a very boring answer, but I'm going to say Steel Pulse. Until proven otherwise, Steel Pulse have the pedigree, they have the history. Obviously, they've got the talent. There's a shot taken into the wall. Second ball picked up on the near side. And right back down the field for Dove. Jordan Dove, in between a sea of gray and blue shirts, does well to hold up play and allow for the Bierhalle support to arrive. This is Goodman, cutting back inside. Still going is Goodman. Now over and across for Holy. And Breach will survey the field before sending it back. Searching ball didn't really have the direction to find any of the Bierhalle players, and Bowleys did well enough initially. Now the second ball up for grabs. It's out to Goodman. We'll hug this near touchline, looking for a bit of a window to get this ball across into. There's the service. There's the ball, and Hyde off his line well to take this off the feet of the Bierhalle player. Looks like Hyde will distribute to his right. Comes Bowleys, right to left. Down the field, there's a set piece right at midfield. Going against Bierhalle, the man down is Alex Floyd, who drew the foul. Bierhalle will get right back into the action, playing this on the ground. It's down the line from Yoakum to Adams. Return pass back to Yoakum. Looking for support. Shot from distance, always rising. It will be a goal kick, but a lovely bit of connections in the middle. Good at that connection. Lambert over to Michael Carter. Play will restart with goal kick. Joe, who do you have as the MSSL champions? Of course, I would have to say Bierhalle, they're a team that have been up at the level, have even won a regular season to their name. Were perfect 2 seasons ago in regular season before falling to Steel Pulse in the finals. Likewise, Bowleys has been a team to watch out for since making their promotion from Division II to I. They've done everything in the league except for assert themselves in a dominant fashion against Steel Pulse. I think that's their last test to cross. They also had a great first campaign in UPSL Premier here in the fall, and we're top of the table, perfect through the season. Now we'll look to take care of business in both UPSL and Super Soccer League playoffs. As good as Bowleys have been, and their rise has been meteoric, I still need to see that big match win against Steel Pulse, either in a crucial regular season match or in a playoff, and before I can put Bowleys ahead of Steel Pulse as my favorite for playoffs, but that's just me. Team United also had a strong season, strong campaign here. Super Soccer League, they're not going to be my top spot, but bear an honorable mention worthiness. And of course, Baltimore City, perhaps another team that could be a dark horse candidate, maybe not even dark horse. They were really exceptional through large portions of the season. They came very close to knocking off Steel Pulse, had strong matches against Bowleys and Das Bierhalle. Love to see what Baltimore City FC can do heading into playoffs. It's going to be a really competitive playoff campaign, and normally I would say 6 teams is too much. Oh, this is sent up top for the benefit of Bowleys. Goalkeeper off his line, rounded, and there's the golazo for Bowleys Athletic here in the 17th minute. The goal comes from the foot of Alex Floyd after a brilliant counterattack. And Bowleys hit pay dirt after it was a strong start. Correct the goal scorer, waiting for him to turn. I believe that is Nathan Kreider. Let's take another look back at this. Excuse me, that is Zach Lambert, the goal scorer. Zach Lambert, the goal scorer for Bowleys Athletic here in the 18th minute. It's a lovely breakaway goal and finish past Connor Mulville and this back line. Now Bierhalle looking to find a response. I'll send it down the line, breach right back in to the midfield. There's a chance for McKim, dispossessed up top. Scarzaletta puts it right back in the mix. Now the return pass sent over the end line, and it will be a set piece for Das Bierhalle. And this is an area where Bierhalle really excel. The corner kick delivery, the set pieces have been a great equalizer for them all season long in all matches. Probably the most dangerous team from the corner kick. Sean Scarzaletta, expect him to put this in an absolute dime of a delivery. Watch out for Holy, watch out for Goodman, watch out for McKim. There's the service by Scarzaletta. Copeland first to it, now out of the air and just over Hyde's goal. Perhaps not the best first delivery, but the second ball, top of the 18, almost volleyed into another dangerous area. If you're just joining us, it is a 1-0 match here in the 19th minute. Zach Lambert scoring the go-ahead goal for Bowleys Athletic about a moment ago. There's been chances for both sides. One would have to say Bowleys have been slightly dominant in possession, but Bierhalle found opportunities as well, drawing a couple of strong saves from Austin Hyde. Well defended by Kelly. And Yoakum will take this throw. Yoakum's ball down the line, connects with Adams. Excellent hold-up play, but the second ball cut out well by Jacobs. There's Copeland, back to Hyde. Hyde will try to find a cutting pass. That's a poor decision. Dove striding forward, and that is going to be a foul. And it will be an opportunity for Das Bierhalle to send one in and test Austin Hyde. Great intervention there. It's like Ben Goodman, the player who almost took advantage of this quick opportunity. He'll be over the ball. Ben Goodman on the take. It's left and well saved by Hyde at the expense of a second ball for Bierhalle. Slightly spilled. Still going is Wayman. And Wayman puts it out to the far touchline. Garcia now back. Wayman dispossessed for the moment, but Lambert unable to hang on. Top of the 18 flicked on. Their second runner from the Bierhalle. Finally, Hyde will take over after an uncomfortable moment. Comes Ramsden down the far side. It's another errant pass. Bierhalle has been all over these passes out of the back from Bowleys these last 2 minutes. And we'll look to take advantage. That is a poor pass to the far side, and Bowleys able to take over. Can they find a bit more clinicality playing from the back this time? Austin Hyde won't mince his passes this time. That one sent all the way up to the midfield. Second ball falls kindly for Chris Yoakum. Yoakum still moving, working against Goodman. Now Zach Lambert. Lambert's ball cut out. Now Kreider with the strong challenge. Still going, Ryan Kreider. Now back in, the return pass from Kreider towards Brandon Texiador. Finally dealt with by Mason Kelly. Bowleys making a couple switches now. On comes Cesar Aon Fuentes, along with number 14, Jermaine Davids, for the Bowleys. This is Davids with his first touches on the ball. A young player who's seen himself in the very biggest of the teams in the area. Now has found a home here with Bowleys Athletic. Davids able to find Adams. Adams looking for an opening window. It's sent over to the outside by Lambert. Now back to Cesar Aon Fuentes. Fuentes inside for Davids. And a cross. Ball takes a slight touch over McKim. It could have been an errant deflection in. Out of the backside, Bowleys have to mop up at the expense of a throw on the near side. Here comes number 44 back onto the pitch. It's Michael Carter. Yoakum with a throw, sends it short for Adams. Yoakum, beautiful ball across, but no takers there to be found at the backside, and this will be another goal kick here in the 25th minute. Sent down the pitch, but can't get it past Cesar Aon Fuentes, and now it looks like it will be a set piece going against the Bowleys. All the way back to Jacobs. And Jacobs will send this one right back across. Plenty of time for Bierhalle to figure out how to get forward. Bowleys staying around the midfield with the mid-low block. Jermaine Davids dispossessed by McKim and almost capitalized at that near post. Let's take a look back at this. Jermaine Davids pulled off the ball in a dangerous area and almost punished by the feet of Brad McKim. There's Copeland, the midfield. Not a ton there in that contact. Bowleys happy to take advantage of this set piece in the middle, but won't find any connection on the near side. This is quickly sent in by Mason Kelly with a long throw. Oh. Stephen Copeland is there, but gives away a set piece. I believe there's a handball in the mix there. Now it's a set piece in a great area. There's Goodman standing over top of the ball. The take from Goodman, just wide of Austin Hyde's goal. Hyde gave chase across, but always seemed sure that this was going to go outside of his post. Booming ball up the pitch from Hyde. Well challenged immediately by Jacobs. Now chance for Bierhalle to get forward. Thunwin Garcia working against Ramsden. Down the line this goes. Fantastic run and an early service. Goodman out of the air has this one challenged, and it looks like this will be a goal kick to come. Great service across, and almost an incredible take from Ben Goodman. Ben Solinger was the Bierhalle player on the far side, taking advantage of the space and getting a strong left-footed service across. Looks like Jordan Dove has come back on for Brad McKim here in the 29th minute. If you're just joining us, Bowleys still holding the 1-goal lead off the foot of Zach Lambert back in the 18th minute. And that is a poor ball out of the back from Bowleys across from Goodman. A beautiful service. Not well capitalized on by Garcia, but what a ball by Goodman. Bierhalle, perhaps one of the most intelligent teams you'll see play. They haven't gotten the best start. Bowleys have looked better side, but you just see how Bierhalle figure out their opponents as a match goes on. They have really made it hard for Bowleys to play out in a way that is comfortable for them. And right now I think Bowleys have to make some corrections on the fly to avoid these quick counterattacks. Otherwise we'll see a level playing field very soon. Here's Copeland dispossessed. This is what I'm talking about. Goodman sends it back inside for Garcia. Now to the near side, Dove quickly across the 18. It's well defended by Ramsden. And Garcia, and Bierhalle back on the ball. Zayon Fuentes sending it inside. Finally out. It will be a Bierhalle throw. Bierhalle making a switch. On comes Bryce Vanek. Replacing Goodman, who's been instrumental today for Bierhalle, but just needs short rest. Imagine he'll be instrumental throughout this match, or us Bierhalle to get back into the game. Here comes Eric Breach. Showing really strong strength. Across the 18 it goes. Slightest of touch from Richard. It's still alive. Here's Solinger with the service. Copeland touches it down. Vanek out of the air. Bryce Vanek with the second attempt. Finally, Copeland gets some support there from Yoakum. It's sent over the top. And now Bierhalle will reset inside their own area. Plenty of time and space for Jacobs to move up the pitch. Now Solinger. Great challenge there from Davids. And Bierhalle will have the throw. Dylan Holy putting it into Thunlin Garcia. And back across. Here comes Solinger looking for the return pass to Bryce Vanek. Vanek runs out of real estate. Bowleys explore the turf. It's sent up top. Adams flicks it on. Solinger with the second ball. Now down the line. Adams has Michael Carter. Carter will send it back outside for Ramsden. It's deflected inside. Breach to Waymond. Now Jordan Dove on the ball, looking to the top of the 18. This is going to stay at the feet of Bowleys Athletic. Yoakum will carry down the pitch. Here's Adams. Over and across for Cesar Aon Fuentes. Fuentes surveys the action, sends one across, but it took a touch on its way through. Well blocked by the Bierhalle defense, and now a set piece for Bowleys Athletic here in the 34th minute. Comes the delivery. It looks like Yoakum will take. Yoakum from the far side. Sends one to the top of the penalty mark. Second bite at the apple for Bowleys. Breach has sent it away just outside the 18. Now Davids. Loading on well. It's Brandon Texiador, but not a strong clearance. Texiador again. That's Jacobs. Excuse me, Jermaine Davids. Lovely move from Brandon Texiador into the 18. Goalkeeper comes off the line. And it looks like this is still alive. Incredible defensive intervention. Now Bierhalle will switch the point of attack out to the wide area. That was a nervy moment because Connor Melville was streaking off his line, leaving the open goal, and I think the defender coming and making the intervention was huge. So this is another ball that could have gone anywhere. Holy steps up in a big way and able to get the first one, but couldn't keep his footing, and now it's Texiador to the end line. Sends one in. And here we go. Bierhalle almost in an uncomfortable spot with Jacobs and Mulville coming together, but no Bowleys players there to take advantage. Now it is Ben Goodman on the far touchline. Still streaking forward into Bowleys area. It's given as a foul. Certainly a controversial decision. Our center official in a much better area down there to make the call. But it does look like there was actually a late foot from Michael Carter through the back of Goodman. Set piece in a central area, and Bierhalle enjoyed a few of these set pieces today. Hasn't really found anything to test Austin Hyde of note. But on this affair, it looks like Jordan Dove will take Dove's ball into the top of the wall. Second bite at the apple. Sends it across, but Bowleys perfectly positioned to deal with this threat. Comes the counterattack to the near side. Garcia able to drop deep and get on the end of this. Finally fouled by Cesarian Fuentes, just right about midfield. Outside, Salinger just behind getting on the end of that. And now Harrell will leave it back for Yoakum. Irvin Kuma has stepped on for Bowleys in this back line. Placing Ramsden. Now Kuma will get his first touches in the action. Sending it over to the far side. Austin Hyde surveying the field. Will go big in the direction of Noah Penitla. Oh, second service could bear fruit. Bierhalle able to deal with the would-be threat. Goodman back into this back line. Now Scarzaletta will serve as the point guard here and figuring out how to get forward for Bierhalle. Has Salinger on the near touch. Back into Scarzaletta. Goodman surrounded by gray and blue shirts on the far side. We'll get it off his feet. Looking in the direction of Brandon Holy. Holy will take this throw from the far touchline. Let's pop straight up in a dangerous area. Brad McKim is there. McKim looking to turn, but couldn't get a strike off his feet in time. Here's a long throw delivery from Mason Kelly. Bierhalle committing bodies forward. Here's the service. Kelly's ball is a good one. Still not fully cleared. Got a partial clearance at the backside by Aaron Fuentes. Now forward from Jacobs. It's physical defending. Not enough for a penalty, says our center official. Still going in the action. Jordan Dove taken down. And there is going to be a penalty kick decision for the benefit of Bierhalle. There was two, maybe three shouts for penalty kick before the one. Not enough for the first two, but the third given as the penalty kick decision. So drama here late in this first half period of this final season match between Bowleys and Das Bierhalle. Looks like there is a conversation of sorts to be had. Was this given as a set piece for the benefit of Bierhalle? I'm curious to know what was seen, what was noticed here on this one. It looks like we will get an explanation, at least for the players down there on the pitch. Let's take a look at this one. Only thing I can maybe determine is from when the player initially was down, still trying to keep his body over top of the ball, perhaps given as a dangerous play. I don't know. I don't have the credentials as an official referee to make that kind of call, but that is the call as it will stand. A set piece coming out for the benefit of Bowleys Athletic. Yoakum will go down the line. Well challenged by Scarletta. Is given as another set piece for Bowleys. .43rd minute. Bowleys still holding the one-goal advantage against us, Bierhalle. And here comes Jordan Dove. That's a lovely steal. Has Goodman alongside. The service a little too soft, a little too late, but that was a great chance from Jordan Dove. And perhaps one that Bierhalle will look back to. That's a potential counterattack for Bowleys. Yoakum has Brandon Texiador. It's sent forward by Harrell for Texiador to the end line. Texiador sends it across the 18. Still around, backside. And well scooped up by Connor Mulville. There's a Bierhalle player down in the mix. Mulville will continue. Scarzaletta will continue after the contact. Sent down the field. It's a bouncing ball. Flicked on slightly by McKim. Paratilo finds Jermaine Davids. Yes and no, Joe. I think it's been proposed more times than I could possibly count having the VAR. But there would need to be some serious criteria. Otherwise, we'd have games going well past midnight, especially the games on Sunday that are all back-to-back. I don't think the implications of having a bunch of referees gathered around a grainy computer screen are fully known until you open up that can of worms. As much as it sounds like it would be helpful in theory, in practice, I think it would be very messy, and I do think it would serve more detriment than good. I know players want there to be the best possible chances for the referees to make decisions, but I do think a lot of times these decisions end up being more correct than we think from watching the live stream or from watching on the field. Obviously, there are some glaring exceptions. Referees do make strong mistakes, but generally speaking, and I do end up getting a lot of these sent in or watching after the fact, there are a lot of cases where something's argued on the field, and when they come back to watch it, it's a non-starter. Of course, the exception disproves the rule, and I'm sure there's going to be plenty who say, but what about? But I think, and from the overall perspective of the harm versus good, I think it just isn't there That's a millions of dollars of technology that the Premier League and other leagues put into VAR technology. And even you see in the World Cup qualifiers in certain Caribbean nations and certain European and Asian nations, they don't do VAR. And of course they have the technology and the money to do what we're doing here in the Super League, but it just isn't feasible if you don't have the full ability to implement. So that's my perspective on it. I would say no, unless we get a big $2 million pay raise, and then let's do it. But that is the end of the half. Bowleys still leading by a score of 1-0 over Das Bierhalle. Controversy abounds in the late decision, but we're getting confirmation. I believe that was a handball. Ball striking the hand of McKim. Somewhere in the mix there, nullifying what would have been a penalty kick for Das Bierhalle. Of course, that's not going to alleviate any of the appeals from Bierhalle, but that's the explanation we've got. Thanks so much for tuning in here on DMV Sports Media, live on YouTube. We're going to take a quick break for the halftime. We'll be right back in about 5 minutes for the second half. Don't forget to drop a like on the video to help others find us in the algorithm of YouTube, and subscribe to the channel in order to get ready for playoffs across Super Soccer League, APL, and of course UPSL, all starting this weekend. Looking forward to seeing you there. Hello and welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, second half is upon us here at Guilford Park High School in Jessup, Maryland. Bierhalle, Bowleys Athletic in the final Super Soccer League Maryland Division I matchup of the regular season. We saw Bowleys Athletic go forward with the Zach Lambert goal in the 18th minute. The status quo remained for the duration of the half. There was a controversial moment there at the tail end of the half. Bierhalle had a couple players bowled down with perceived fouls. Kim on the ground seemed to have committed a handball. Of course, there are plenty there who didn't see that. We didn't have the angle up here, but it's kind of an interesting moment. The foul was originally called. The penalty kick given after a conference on the near side. The decision was reversed for a kick coming out. So we are still at the 1-goal deficit. Bowleys with a chance across the 18. It's well sent away at that near post by David Holy. Bowleys will have a throw on the far touchline. There's the ball into Texiador. It's Emmanuel. Got the ball across, but couldn't quite keep it in play. And now Mason Kelly will take the throw on the far touchline for Bierhalle. It's a moving throw down the line. Second ball taken to ground. And Kelly again will mop up. The ball over the top. This demands a cohesive action from Bowleys at the back. And they will send this all the way back to Austin Hyde. Trusty man in goal. Still holding the clean sheet today. Copeland will send it inside. Bowleys look to find a way out from the back. Hyde looking to split the middle. David's able to send it back out. It's a poor pass from the outside. Bierhalle looking through. Copeland is there, but so too is Brad McKim. McKim looking to find a window. Can he get this off his feet? Yes, he can. At the backside, it's Ben Goodman. Looking for that left-footed strike. What a save from Hyde to punch this up and over. And it will be a corner kick for Bierhalle. Take a look back at the replay. From point-blank range, Ben Goodman looking to finesse this one in. Almost hit pay dirt. There's a booming ball across the face from point-blank range. It's off the American football crossbar and down. That was a great chance from Bierhalle, who have been searching, finding better and better chances to get back into goal. This one from Holy. Usually you'd expect Holy to tuck those in. Holy's such a prolific scorer from the aerial threat. Sent down the line. And now Thunderlin Garcia. Garcia sends it in. No takers at the backside, and this will be a goal kick to come for Bowleys Athletic. Hyde's ball sent into the middle. Now Shard to Scarzaletta. Goodman dispossessed. It's Adams holding up play for Bowleys. Before going all the way back to Austin Hyde. Booming ball across the field, looking for Daniel Adams. But Holy is there. Now Thunderlin Garcia. Back down the line for Wayman. Now the service from Garcia, easily cut out of the air by Hyde. Bowleys will counterattack. This is Jermaine Davids to the outside. There's Emmanuel. Plenty of time and space for Bowleys to engineer something. They run out of real estate on the far side. This is quickly sent forward for Brad McKim, who rounds Copeland. Copeland with a reaching challenge. McKim keeps his feet, and it will travel over the end line for a corner kick. Let's take a look back at the replay. Great work from Brad McKim. Copeland had to get his foot to the top of this ball, otherwise could have been looking at a dangerous spot for a set piece. Now it is Ben Goodman with the delivery. A set piece. Bierhalle usually so good on the set piece, and there's the golazo at the near post. Brad McKim, the goal scorer, assisted by Ben Goodman, and we are level here in the 51st minute. Bierhalle doing what they do best, executing from the set piece, from the corner kick. They are all level here from Guilford Pike High School. Take a look back at this replay. It's a beautiful ball in from Ben Goodman. Kim knew exactly where he had to get, ran to that top spot, top of the 6, and flicked one perfectly into the goal. Davids to Adams. Now back out wide. Here comes Bowleys down the line looking for their response. Kelly able to get a partial clearance off, but Bowleys take over around midfield. Cut out by Richard. Down the line. Garcia dispossessed again. The Bowleys have bodies forward in support. It's sent over the top for Adams. Adams touches it down. Still looking. What a ball over and across. Right in Texiador's shot blocked. Adams is first to it. Can he get it across? Greg Adams still looking to hit pay dirt. Send it to Kreider. Ryan Kreider, booming strike. It's bottled in. Adams still there and across. Heroic defensive challenge. Great work from Jacobs to get a foot to this just ahead of Adams. Heroic defending from Bierhalle to keep level here in the 53rd minute. Mulville made a strong save. Jacobs instrumental defensively in stopping Adams and Bowleys. Now it's a set piece from the far side for Bowleys. Whipped into a good area, flicked towards goal, and Mulville off his line well. Almost a carbon copy of the delivery from the Bierhalle goal, but no header of Brad McKim on the end of it. There's Goodman into the feet of McKim, dispossessed by Copeland. It's been a great battle between those two. This one's taken from distance, well blocked. And Jermaine Davids will take his time trying to play forward against Ian Waymond. Will be a throw on the far touchline for Bowleys Athletic. Here comes Goodman all the way back inside. Now it's sent to the feet of Thunderwind Garcia. It's Bierhalle trying to exploit all facets of the field, all parts of the pitch. There's a service into a good area from Holy. Copeland gets it away. Now the outlet pass cut out in the midfield. Bierhalle have a strike from distance. It's blocked. Bierhalle will have a throw here on the near side. Copeland. That's possessed. Sent down the line. Well connected, Greg Adams, a lovely turn into the midfield. The return pass cut out well by Jacobs, just ahead of Greg Adams, who's bearing down quickly on Mulville. Mulville's ball doesn't clear Texiador, and now Bowleys with a chance. Into the top of the 18 goes Carter, Michael Carter by himself. Can he get this one across? Yes, he can, off the line. Tremendous clearance, and just wide. What a save off the line. Believe I'll have to take a look back and see who saved this one off the line. I believe that was Ian Wayman saving a goal for Das Bierhalle. Second effort just wide, and it is still just a level score here in the 57th minute. Different assets, I think, for in the aerial threats and in certain situations, but for me, excuse me, Brad McKim for the aerial threat. But I think Greg Adams overall I have to give it to. That's my personal observation and opinion, but then again, I haven't seen as many of the games in Maryland this season. And McKim with a really strong ball on that goal here early. Hyde with the booming ball up the pitch. Doesn't quite connect with any would-be takers. Now Bierhalle have McKim, Brad McKim working inside. It's a battle won by Copeland this time. Excuse me, that was Mervin Kuma had the win. And now Kuma will step off, replaced by Nathan Ramsden, or Bowleys. We're back underway. Ramsden trying to float one into the midfield. Round Salinger's challenge. Salinger spinning around another man. Here comes Jordan Dove. Taken down from behind. Certainly going to be a foul for Bierhalle in a really strong area. Take a look back at the replay. Jermaine David's the guilty party on that challenge. A chance for Bierhalle. Looks like Ian Wayman will stand over this one. That's Brad McKim making way. From about 25 yards out in the central area, Wayman and Holy will stand over this ball. Wayman's delivery is a good one. It's a dipping ball just up and over. Looks like Michael Carter will step off, replaced by Alex Floyd for Bowleys. comes Bowleys. Looking down the line, stretching the field. Lovely in too many gray and blue shirts there. Here's Adams looking for Davids. Now Davids holding play up. Will connect with his midfield. Adams dispossessed. That's a poor decision from sent into Austin Hyde's box. Hyde will come to the outer reaches of his 18. Zach Lambert kind of caught of two minds with Adams. Not sure if Adams is going to receive this one or let it go, and Adams decided to allow Lambert forward. Zinkland will go back to Hyde. Now over and across. Nathan Ramsden. Oh, that's a nervy ball by Floyd to take it off the feet of Ben Goodman, who would have been in. Now Bowleys will go down the line. Mason Kelly first to it. Second ball. Adams kind of player in support. For Floyd. Alex Floyd next. That's a strong challenge from Holy. Texiador out to Daniel Adams. I know they've been resolute in their communication and their positioning. Come to the aid of Mulville, backing him up when he makes saves, going back to the line, multiple balls off the line, and making it hard. Oh, this is Ramsden caught in possession. Jordan Dove could. That is going to be a goal kick, but could much more. Jordan Dove taking Bowleys' pay, taking this off the feet of Ramsden. And streaking forward, Copeland did enough to get back and at least urgency from Jordan Dove. But Ramsden will be thanking his lucky stars on that one, sparing his blushes. Jordan Dove put this wide. Ramsden will play out to the far side. Looking to get forward. Scored with their counter-attack goal. Zach Lambert in the 18th minute, but have been blanked since that 18th goal. This one deflected into the midfield. Out to the wide area. There's the service taken away by Holy. Now Jacobs back onto the fray. Scarzaletta finding Dove. Dove dispossessed. And it will be a throw on the near side for Solinger. Back inside for Dove. Jordan Dove still up for grabs. Yoakum able to insert himself onto the ball and sends it back to his goalkeeper. Austin Hyde out. Ramsden. Bowleys have had a hard time in their own area for the duration of the second half. This is sent across. Copeland immediately under pressure from Eric Breach. And now Hyde will bang one across into the waiting feet of Mason Kelly, who sends it right back down forward. That is an errant challenge from Ramsden. Bowleys, the architect of their own demise, not clever enough and not quick enough in their touches in their own area. And Bierhalle all too happy to take advantage. Mason Kelly's ball touched out of the air. A heavy touch from Nathan Ramsden, who will pick up the card. That's a caution for not only the number of challenges, but the nature of the challenge. Now it looks like Ian Waymond and Ben Goodman will stand over this ball. Here comes the delivery. Ben Goodman on the take. Up and wide. Bierhalle have had some really close deliveries from the set piece, but have been unable to get one under the bar from the free kick in the central area. A lone goal today for Bierhalle. A corner kick from the far side sent in. Converted. Excuse me, Ben Goodman, the assist on that goal. Oh, here comes Jordan Dove to the end line. Can he get this off his feet? He can. It's partially blocked. And Bowleys will. Goodman quick on the scene. Controversy abounds on that far side as the Bowleys man knocks it away. That was picking up a caution for knocking this one away, delaying the restart. Now Mason Kelly, expect this to be a long throw. A fantastic long ball. And here it is. Doesn't quite get as far as Bierhalle may have needed there. Second ball sent back in by Waymond all the way into the and Hyde. All right, downfield. Didn't quite connect, and Goodman will take a over to the feet of Solinger. Back, Daniel Adams did enough. Scarzletta goes down. Not getting the foul he may have liked. This is Ramsden. Time and space. We'll keep it moving to the outside. Here comes Floyd. Turning into a strong area. With the second ball, now Floyd taken down. Bierhalle appeals for the first foul. But it is going to be a set piece going against Bierhalle. A chance for Bowleys to send one into a dangerous area. Plenty of appeals both ways. Standing over the ball. It's going to be Greg Adams from about maybe just under. maybe 23 yards or so from goal. See what Adams can find from the set piece. Slightly within striking distance. 20 minutes left to play. This would be a huge moment for Bowleys to get some momentum back and, of course, regain the lead, which they had early. Here's the set piece from Adams, taken down now by Jermaine David, sent into a dangerous area. Flag stays down. Mulville makes the save, and it's going to be a throw on the near side for Bowleys. Sent away. Salinger makes the partial clearance. Now Brendan Texiador into the feet of Nathan Ramsden, just wide. Certainly a testy end to this regular season. Consider this one a warm-up for playoffs. Two playoff fighting hard for a spot on the table, potentially for a first-round bye in playoffs, and for the pride of the club and crest. This is Jordan Dove on the far touchline. Kuma came up big. With the result hands tonight. Up. Third on the table. More on that in a moment. This is well blocked by Ben Goodman. Excuse me. Now back across. And Bowleys make the clearance. Here's Jacobs looking to keep it inside of Bowleys territory. Right connection. Goodman will streak back inside. Can he get it across? Yes, he can. Dangerous ball. Partially cleared. Jermaine David sends it out. Now Floyd will carry. Looking up top. Jacobs is there first, but Floyd quickly to it. Bowleys occupying the fourth seat on the table. Bierhalle the fifth. If Bowleys were victorious today, Bowleys would move all the way up to second on the table and would secure one of those first-round byes. The 1 and the 2 seed, supplanting Baltimore City FC. Bierhalle very much making that difficult today. Fought back from being a goal down. Comes Jermaine Davids on the far touchline. Looking over the top. Can he connect? Texiador is there. Right into Texiador, taking this off of Kelly. Finally taken down by Jacobs, who's had a fantastic performance in there for the Bierhalle. Back inside. Copeland. Find Lambert. Now sent inside. Flag does go. It's going to be an offside going against Bowleys. Wouldn't have counted in any case. This will be a set piece coming out for Bierhalle. The draw would see Bowleys go to third. Bierhalle stay exactly the same in their fifth spot. Strong win in the middle from Floyd. Lambert down the line. Mize kept this alive. Service sent in from the near side. Zenklin's ball, not a bad one, but no one able to read it properly, and it will be a goal kick for Das Bierhalle. Fall weather is officially upon us here. Super Soccer League action on this Tuesday night. Make sure to tune in tomorrow night for the Virginia semifinals of playoffs. Los Toros hosting North Stars and Virginia Dream hosting Blazers FC. Both those matches will kick off at 8:45 live on DMV Sports Media. Of course, the winner of Maryland playoffs and the winner of Virginia playoffs will be squared up in the Super Cup final. Last season it was Los Toros and the Steel Pulse matched up with Steel Pulse victorious. In the past, it's been Steel Pulse Virginia Dream. We'll see who will represent in Virginia and, of course, who will represent for Maryland. Make sure to tune in for both of those matches to see what may come down the line if you're a Bowleys, a Bierhalle, or another Maryland fan. We also have UPSL playoff action kicking off in Maryland this weekend. We will have Virginia playoffs kick off in UPSL on November 9th and 8th with Los Toros and VA Revolution and Virginia Dream Arlington. This one dies out around the top of the 18. Well, taken down by Floyd and across. What a save from Mulville to deny Floyd from point blank. And of course, we will have the U.S. Open Cup this weekend as well, live on the channel. Virginia Dream hosting Gorilla FC. Your Bowleys Athletic will have a bye in UPSL playoffs this weekend, so we'll have to wait until the 9th for Bowleys Athletic playoff action, but we will have all Bowleys matches live on the channel. There's the service to an area well collected from Mulville. Floyd whistled for the elbow. Now it's Goodman. Into McKim. The return pass demands action from Bowleys. It's a heavy back pass, but Austin Hyde able to deal with it. Ooh, it doesn't connect with the first man. Sent forward. And there's the golazo. Something from Nathan, a crazy touch from Ian Wayman to get this one past the number one for Bowleys Athletic, and it is 2-1 here in the 79th minute. Clinical touch from Ian Wayman off the assist from George Richard. Wrong footing, Austin Hyde. Again, that assist, George's Richard, scored by Ian Wayman. And it's 2-1 for the Bierhalle, who started off on the back foot but have found their way into this match and have found their way to a strong footing. Certainly will be impactful not only for these two teams, but of course Baltimore City now looking a strong candidate for that number 2 seed. Now Bowleys would not only need the 1 goal to tie, but they would need at least 2 goals in order to supplant Baltimore City FC in the 2 seed. Goodman taken down. There will be a set piece for the benefit of Das Bierhalle here in the 80th minute. Looks like Ryan Kreider will step on for Alex Floyd. And Thunwan Garcia will replace the goal scorer. Ian Waymond was performed admirably, scoring the go-ahead goal. See if that goal remains the difference maker in today's match. Salinger with the delivery for Bierhalle. Do a good area flicked on goal, but Austin Hyde always well positioned to deal with the threat. Down the line goes Yoakum. Now back inside for Jermaine Davids. And running out of space are Bowleys Athletic. Salinger sends it down the line for McKim. Now back inside. Down the line it goes. Breach looking for a turn player. Long throw delivery to the top of the 6. Copeland sends it away. Now Thunwan Garcia with the second ball delivery. Well touched down. Bowleys find the defending that they need, but Bierhalle quickly back on the ball. Breach. Out to Garcia. Garcia rounds one man, sends it into the dangerous area. Bowleys have made the intervention. Bierhalle still on the ball. Shard's ball cut out. Sent up top. Jacobs well positioned yet again. This is Goodman. Finding Georges Richard now on the far side. That's clear foul. Running against McKim on Stephen Copeland, and the foul will draw the caution as a yellow card for McKim. Hyde will play a booming one all the way up the field. Well won by Jacobs. And Davids trying to exploit whatever space is given. Bierhalle have packed it in a really organized defensive shape. Adams still going. Has Kreider. Kreider found the window for the strike, but couldn't keep it under the frame. And now we drift on through into the 85th minute. Score favoring Bierhalle by a score of 2-1. Zach Lambert off. Noah Penita stems on. Brendan Texiador also replaced. Solinger will go down the line. There is a late challenge from Breach. Davids will stand over this. It's a set piece in a central area from just inside to 35 yards out. Looking Bowleys fine. Here's the service from Davids. Back post. Demands a second ball. It's sent in. And Golasso. Flag stays down. What a finish in the area. Beautiful goal from Cesar Fuentes. And drama at the last from Bowleys Athletic. Love the service from Ramsden. The assist from Cesar Fuentes. And we are knotted up at 2 apiece. It's partially cleared. Cesar Fuentes able to get on the end of this one. Don't pause now. There's another opportunity for Bowleys, sent across. This one will trickle over for a goal kick. Let's take a look back at the goal once more. I think the assist came off the feet of Emmanuel Coadio. Perhaps Mervin Kuma. Still waiting for a turn of the shirt. Melville will send this up the pitch. Now it's over into the corner for Bowleys. Solinger touches it away at the expense of a corner kick. And just want to clarify, it was Emmanuel Coadio who had the assist, the goal for Cesar Fuentes. Now it is corner kick from the far side, quickly to be delivered by Noah Penatella. Second ball ricochets into the arms of Mulville. And now Bierhalle looking to capitalize on the counter. Goodman surrounded by gray shirts down the line. It looks like it's going to be a yellow card issued for number 19. Something off the ball. Trevor Zinklin, the guilty party. Now Bierhalle looking for the response here in the 89th minute. Brendan Holy standing over the ball. Oh, Ben Goodman. Sent across, top of the 6. Clever move here from Waymond. It's a cross, but Austin Hyde well positioned to deal with the threat. Looks like this one had already gone. Will be a goal kick. Hyde will bang one down the pitch. It's flicked on. Adams gives chase, but Jacobs is there. It will be a throw around midfield for Bowleys Athletic. It's all down to these final moments of play. We're into the end of the 90th minute. We'll see how much stoppage is given. This match not showing any signs of slowing up. Claudio has his ball tipped over the line. It's going to be Daniel Adams who comes on, placing the goal scorer. So there's our Aeon Fuentes. Now Solinger will send one down the line. Zinkland to the feet of the Bowleys forward man, and perhaps a final chance for Bowleys Athletic here in stoppage time. Drama abounds as Bowleys have a set piece, an opportunity for Kreider to send one towards the area. Austin Hyde going forward. It's a draw scoreline, but Bowleys gain nothing from getting just the 1 point. They need the 3 in order to supplant Baltimore City FC at the second seed and earn the draw. Austin Hyde going up into the mix here in the late action. Certainly a risky behavior, but nothing ventured, nothing gained. I mean, Davids will send it in. Oh, Kreider. This ball deflected out. Bierhalle run out of real estate on the far touchline. Will be another throw for Bowleys. Claudio gets a touch off the Bierhalle man. Once again, this is Jermaine Davids, who's featured prominently tonight in the middle. It's Kreider. Now forward, no recipients on the end. Greg Adams was the intended target, but that is going to be your final whistle. Bowleys and Bierhalle locked up at 2 apiece. Will share points and will maintain their spots on the table. Looks like, as it stands, Bowleys pick up the point. Go up to 13. They will pass Team United on the table, and so will occupy the top seed in the quarterfinals. Bowleys the 3rd seed, Team United the 4th. Bierhalle will stay at the 5th seed. So it looks like it'll be Bowleys Athletic A3 Highlanders quarterfinal. Team United and Das Bierhalle will match up for the other quarterfinal. Steel Pulse and Baltimore City will take the 1 and 2 seed from the regular season and will have a bye into the semifinals. So no Steel Pulse, no Baltimore City this weekend. Bowleys Athletic, again, will be the home side against the A3 Highlanders. And Das Bierhalle, the home side against Team United. Excuse me, Team United, the home side against Das Bierhalle. I'm Noah Walker with DMV Sports Media. Thanks so much for joining us here on the call for the Super Soccer League Maryland regular season Division 1 and 2. It's been a real pleasure. We're ready to get into playoffs now, which will start this Sunday for Division 1. Division 2 has a slightly different playoff structure, and we'll play a few more weeks before we get into their playoff structure for promotion matches. And, of course, Virginia semifinals will take place tomorrow night, 8:45 p.m., live on DMV Sports Media. Looking forward to seeing you there for the determination for who could be the opponent for one of these teams for the Super Cup final. Noah Walker signing off. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you there for all the upcoming DMV Sports Media matches here on the channel.